Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure here, and thank you first of all to Jagran News Media for inviting me and giving opportunity for this for a speaking session. I have a lot to share, but I will try to restrict to the time which I have been provided, but I will do that. So before I go ahead, I want to ask one question to all of you. How many of you have never compromised personal life for work? Anybody? Never compromised your personal life for work? Super, guys, give them a huge round of applause, guys, first. Wonderful. I mean, this is something very amazing to see that some people have really never compromised that. Really amazing. Thank you so much for raising your hand. I really appreciate that, and everybody has applauded you for that. Now, see, I would like to take you through a very small understanding of how a lot of entrepreneurs, we have heard some amazing people here who have done some wonderful work in their business, and they're doing it right now. So this topic is little different because you focus on growing your business, but I'm focusing now here how to grow your people, your team, as well as yourself, to see how you leverage yourself to the next level where you can perform at the level 10x. Okay, so having said that, I would like to introduce myself. I am basically a mechanical engineer from IIT, and I worked for 20 years in the IT industry, worked with Cognizant, Infosys, 20 years top IT MNCs, and then now I'm working on my passion, which is transforming people's life. I've been into this work for the last 3 years, and I've been an executive coach working with a lot of leaders, senior directors, even entrepreneurs. Have transformed lives and career of 3,500 plus people who have been looking forward to see how they can make a difference, they can grow, they can have a wonderful, balanced, harmonious life in overall level. And I'm Amazon #1 best-selling author as well. So that's about me, and also best-selling author of this book, Couples in Sync Roll Together. This topic is very close to my heart because relationships are really, really precious. I think this is a fundamental pillar of what we are doing today. If your back end is not doing well, your front ending is going to be impacted, that's for sure, okay? So with this, I would like to I'm going to quickly skip this. This is just my introduction here. And why harmonization in life is must for entrepreneurs. So why this is important? First of all, I would like to take you through a very small piece of code which is something very special I want to share with you. You can't really feel fulfilled from within if your work and business life is good, but your home life is in disarray. How many of you agree with this? Yeah, thank you so much. Now, having said that, it's important to look at some statistics today, which I've gathered from various like Forbes and entrepreneurs.com, and if you look at it, look at the stats. 29% of entrepreneurs experience long-term negative effects of burnout. There are 55% of entrepreneurs feel they're not getting enough emotional support in their lives. And if you look at the stats here, 75% of entrepreneurs are unsure how to have healthy work-life integration, because a lot of people talk about work-life balance. Work-life balance is, as per me, is no longer valid. Work-life integration is what to look at, because work-life balance, people have a notion of 9 to 6 work and then it's all life. Now what I believe is, it's all about when your work needs you, you're with the work. When your family needs you, you're the family. If you can set that up very upfront and clear, I think your life is sorted. And this is exactly what I always encourage a lot of people when I coach them, when I work with them, to help them with a lot of methods and tools which I use. And if you look at it, and these are the key challenges, if you see, typically what entrepreneurs and leaders face today is emotional turmoil in their personal life, and fatigue and burnout at work, health issues, pains, back pains. A lot of people today in the age of 30s, 25, late 20s and early 30s are facing this nowadays. And if you look at taunts from friends and relatives, yaar milte nahi ho, kahan rehte ho, kitne busy ho, baat hi nahi karte ho. There are so many things people all tell us actually when we are on a journey to make a difference for ourselves in our business, and so on and so forth. So this is what people actually, these are challenges what most entrepreneurs face. And if you look at what causes it, what is the real root cause of this? Number one is high workload and long working hours. I'm sure all of you are very determined to grow your business. You've got targets, you've got stakeholders pressure, you've got so many things that you really want to see how you want to grow and set your targets well and achieve them, which actually makes you work longer hours. And in this process, you miss out on few things, by the way, because I'm sure most of you have children here who need your help and support when they are growing. And if you look at it, Other important cause of is that blurred boundaries between work and personal lives. I'm sure we've got women here and men both, and if you look at it, mostly women, if you look at, uh, there's a lot of responsibilities they handle at work as well as in personal life, and which no one can match it, to be very frank, with all the due regards to all the men. Definitely women are really very expressive. They're doing some amazing stuff today. And my 70% of my clients have been women, to be very frank with you, because they are expressive. I always really give credit to them, how they are looking forward to make a difference. They want to invest on themselves. This is what is a key reason, because they're not sure when to draw that boundary, when to say no, when to say yes. And this is exactly what reason most entrepreneurs face, that they're not able to have that kind of life they want. Uncertainty and ambiguities, because your business always will be in, you always have uncertainties. COVID came in, so many challenges will come. But what happens is that, how do you work on it? This is one of the causes that a lot of entrepreneurs face challenges today. Okay. Fourth one, financial pressures. Absolutely, yes. You've got a lot of expectations to meet from stakeholders, plus your business, a lot of pressures you have, but how many of you really look at something beyond it? Financial pressures are going to be there for entire life. Whether it's your personal finance, whether it's your organization finance, so many things. But this is what something that is another reason. This is something very important. Less delegation and effective team building. A lot of startups today, a lot of entrepreneurs who are budding, who are really looking forward to it, to make a difference and grow into that level. Watch a lot of people we talked about. They try to avoid delegation because they believe, if I delegate, this work should not get impacted, because it's very high visibility work, and they avoid delegation to a certain extent, which actually a lot of fatigue, a lot of burnout they experience, and they're not able to build leaders who are one down and two downs below them. So if you look at it, this is one of the major causes what mostly young entrepreneurs and leaders are facing today, that they don't delegate enough. And this is one thing that is really causing a lot of problems for entrepreneurs to grow. And very important one, lacking self-care. They don't take care of themselves. They don't have a regular regime that they can work focusing on their health, focusing on their own self, where what are their passion, what they should do. And this is one reason why they are facing challenges, actually, if you look at it. So now coming to the point where how harmonizing professional life helps. Now it's very important when I talk about why we need to harmonize, why we need to have that balance that is needed. If you look at, number one is emotional wellness. How many of us really focus on building that emotional security while we are at work, while we are at home? Because the need of the hour is that a lot of people are going through, you don't know, your team who is working for you, they are really struggling in their personal space emotionally, but they're not able to approach you, as well as they're not able to approach your HR also to share what they're going through in their personal life. And because of which their performance, there are a lot of challenges they are facing, which they're not able to really deliver to the potential what they deserve, what they can deliver at to you. And I'm sure you also realize there are some employees, some leaders in your team who are very good, who are absolutely amazing. You recruited them, you hired them, and with some amazing institute, but they're still not performing to the level that they want, that you want actually, how they should be delivering. But it's because there are a lot of challenges they are going through. And one important thing is when you strike that balance, I'll talk about the two foundational secrets, how you can do that later in the slide. But this is something very, very important, how to build that emotional wellness. A lot of workshops I've done, a lot of things that are required to build this. This is something that I want to share with you. Second is, once you have harmonized your back end and I'm not talking about your relationship with a spouse or with anybody, but it's more of your friends, families. A lot of times there are some challenges which definitely need to be addressed at your level. When I talk about integration work life, where when your family needs you, you're with the family. I've seen women taking sabbatical for 3 months, 4 months, just to ensure that they settle that part of life. Then they come back to work. And today, a lot of amazing organizations, good organizations are welcoming them back because they've taken care of their personal life very well for 1 year, even 6 months, 2 years also. They're welcoming them back in the corporates. So this is something that, and it helps in enhancing productivity if you're taking care of that part of as well. And it's definitely important for long-term sustainability, because you can't sustain your business for long. the biggest challenge a lot of startups and entrepreneurs are facing is sustainability. How do you sustain? Is a function of a lot of different things. I think you got to think. Because if you really need to sustain in your business, your definition of success in your business has to really be strong. Number one, definitely there's there, but a lot of other things you have to see what I've talked about. So, and mental health well-being is very important, which is also when you harmonize your journey, when you take care of your personal needs, your personal life, it definitely can help you, because a lot of people go through a lot of mental health issues because of a lot of challenges in the family. I've worked with hundreds of people as a coach. I've seen people have special children, people have a lot of different challenges. Someone is going through a bad marriage, abuses, so many things, and they are working in office, but they're not really productive to the level that they should be. So I'm sure many of you know some people like that. Many of you are aware of that. Many of you have somebody in the larger family who is going through this. So it's very important to have that well-being, that we address it. And I always, when I talk to leaders, when I talk to a lot of people of my clients who are directors, senior directors, I work with them, I see a lot of challenges in that front. And I insist, because we all need to look at, while we're looking at business, we also need to look at how we are building up people, because people drive business. Business cannot be driven unless that is being addressed. When people are really focused, people are determined to do what you want, they are aligned to their vision only when actually it's important to understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So now coming to the very important part, this is something that I'm going to share with you. There are two foundational secrets which are absolutely important to look at how you harmonize this, because fundamental thing is that you need to have, number one point is define meaning of success for yourself. A lot of people say, how do I manage my work life? How do I really see I can manage my work life better or personal life better? Now, I'm sure all of you here have defined success parameters for your business. You have got metrics. You've got productivity metrics, you've got your delivery metrics, you've got your financial metrics, everything very well defined. How much to grow this year, next year, year on year, whatever, everything is there. But how many of you have really set some success parameters for your personal relationship with your life partner? How many of you have really actually decided metrics for your relationship with your family and friends, your health, your finances, personal finances? How many of you have done that? It's very important to define this success word. It's very easy, as everybody knows that. But how many of you have really defined this success in every aspect of your life? How many have done that honestly and really diligently? Have you sit down with your spouse, sit down with your family members? This is my success. I'll feel successful if I accomplish this in my relationship. A lot of people have different targets. Couples say that let's go out for a vacation every 6 months, internationally. Combined goal, common goals, right? A lot of people I've seen, when I work with people, I've seen that, wife says that my husband doesn't spend time with me. And they decide a goal that if they can spend 30 minutes in a day, I'm serious, I'm telling you this, 30 minutes in a day having a cup of tea or coffee or drinks together, they believe the relationship is going well. Parameter of success. Now, these are small steps that you start defining and it moves forward. And this is exactly what I'm trying to address, because we don't make that metrics. You don't define that metrics. And this is the meaning of success. If you define this very clearly in every aspect of life, I can promise that to you, you will slowly and steadily achieve that, which nobody takes care of this, to be very frank with you, okay? And I'm sure, be honest, how many of you have really defined the parameters? Superb, wonderful. One. Anybody else? Just one. Amazing. Guys, please, she deserves a huge round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for sharing it. Because this is what is so important today, and a lot of people don't do that. And next very important thing, the last but not the least point I would like to touch up. I know it's time, but I just want to touch upon very important thing. Many people, when I ask this question, what defines you uniquely as a person, they're clueless. 90% of them do not know how to define themselves. Somebody will say, I'm honest, integrity, I'm a man of integrity, I'm this. But they actually do not know what are their core values, what defines them uniquely as a person. Now, when you are not sure about who you are, how can you understand somebody else, your team? Forget about, a lot of people say, अरे मेरी बीवी समझती नहीं है मुझे कुछ, या मुझे समझती ही नहीं है, मेरा हस्बैंड मुझे समझता नहीं है कुछ. First of all, अपने आप को देख लो, अपने आप को पहले जान लो, बाकी अगले पे कमेंट करना, because lot of times we don't know ourselves. And this is what I'm talking about when I coach people. First thing I do is I help them understand their core values. This is the very first thing, a foundational thing that is very important for each one of us to know what defines us. Somehow people actually, significance is very important, is one of the most important core value most of the people have. If you don't feel appreciated for the work you do, your teams, if someone is, I work with a person who told me that I'm feeling suffocated in my work. I don't feel like going to office. I'm kind of, every day I get up, I feel, oh man, shit, same work, same office. But when I asked this question to him and when I went through the activity of defining core values, I figured out that one of the core values is significance. And what was missing was, significance was not expressed. He was doing something, he was not appreciated, and it's not about, he was blaming his bosses, saying that my boss never appreciates me, my colleagues don't appreciate me for the work I do, my team doesn't appreciate me. But ultimately, what was the thing that came out, and he confessed is that he is not doing anything that people should appreciate him. He is not doing something out of the box that people should appreciate him, because today is a fast-moving journey. Everybody in career, it's a cutthroat competition. What are you doing? People are in comfort zone. And when he realized that, he started doing some initiative which actually drove that significance in his favor, and he started feeling happy in his journey. Now, everything is in our hands. What I'm trying to drive here is that everything you can control, because you cannot change anybody around you. You cannot change the basic personality of your spouse. You can't change basic personality of your boss. You can't change anything except yourself. So if you take accountability, ownership of what you're doing, I think results will follow. That's what I've seen after working with hundreds of people. And this is exactly applicable to your teams also. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who have got some amazing teams who are working for them, but it's very important for you to take care of them. You invest a lot of things, you invest a lot of money in technology, you invest a lot of money in making sure your business grows faster and better. What investment are you doing on people? Because the employee that you're working with, you don't know what he's going through. And it's very important to address that. I do a lot of one-to-one with a lot of leaders who have engaged me for the work, plus I do a lot of work outside of what our corporates actually provide. But most important thing is that self-awareness is the key, which every one of us need it actually. And mentorship is something that we all need. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a coach today. It's just that about accepting that reality, where I am, how I can move forward. That's what my message to you guys. And definitely, this is something that I'm not going to share too much thing because time is short. I have a lot of things to share, but I'm going to restrict to these two things. Please keep this in mind. I'm sure this is going to add a lot of value. And one thing I would like to share with you is that, before I share, I would like to share that I would love to collaborate because my mission is huge. I want to impact 100,000 people, bounce back in their midlife and mid-career, and do their best and be their best version. So I would like to collaborate. If you believe that, yes, your people are priority for you, I'm up for it, where I can help you with a lot of workshops I can do for your organization, as well as do one-to-one for leaders whom you believe that they are potential people to perform, but they're not performing at level that they should actually. So I would be more than happy to connect with you and do that. So these are my coordinates. You can reach out to me and you can connect with me offline also. And I would like to close on one very important thing, which I want to share with you, is that the work is like a rubber ball. If you drop it, it can bounce back. But the other 4 balls of health, relationships, friends, and integrity are made of glass. If you drop them, they are shattered. Okay? So with that, I'll close it right now here. Thank you so much for giving me this time, and my pleasure again. And amazing job, Jagran News Media. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shailesh. It was indeed a very engaging session. So I'm sure we all had a lot of takeaways from here. And I would request Mr. Vishal Verma. Mr. Vishal Verma, Vice President, Head of Direct Sales, Jagran New Media, to kindly come up on the stage and felicitate Mr. Shailesh Kumar.